2013 Title 24 Part 6 requirements for non-residential heating, ventilating, and air conditioning or HVAC control systems applies to various types of space air conditioning equipment. There are mandatory measures and prescriptive requirements. Once the mandatory measures are met, the standards allow compliance to be demonstrated through prescriptive requirements. The mandatory measures include the following. Demand-controlled ventilation is required on HVAC systems that are equipped with an Economizer, which is a system of controls and dampers that utilizes outdoor air to provide free cooling when the outdoor conditions are suitable. Economizer fault detection and diagnostics is required for all newly installed air-cooled rooftop package units equipped with an Economizer and with a mechanical cooling capacity greater than or equal to 54,000 BTUs per hour, or approximately 4.5 tons. Each HVAC system shall be equipped with an outdoor supply damper and exhaust air damper that shall automatically close upon fan shutdown. Next, zone thermostats are to be installed for all zones and have the capability to set back the zone heating set point to 55 degrees or lower and set up the zone cooling set point to 85 degrees or higher, and include the capability for a 5-degree deadband for all zones. Each HVAC system serving multiple zones with a combined conditioned floor area of greater than 25,000 square feet shall be controlled to serve isolation areas. An isolation area is a room, group of rooms, or other area that has its own thermostat. Each isolation area shall be provided with valves and dampers to reduce or shut off the supply of heating or cooling independently of other isolation zones. In addition, HVAC systems with direct digital controls to the zone level must be programmed to allow a centralized demand shed for non-critical zones. Centralized demand shed controls have the capability of remotely adjusting the cooling set points higher and heating set points lower, as well as receiving demand response signals from a local utility to modify electricity consumption for a limited period. Lastly, HVAC control systems are to be capable of automatically shutting off the system during periods of non-use. The prescriptive requirements include the following. Each space conditioning zone shall have controls that prevent reheating, recooling, and simultaneous heating and cooling to the same zone. HVAC systems supplying heated or cooled air to multiple zones must include controls that automatically reset the supply air temperature in response to representative building loads or to outdoor air temperature. An air or water economizer is required for each HVAC system that has a cooling capacity greater than 54,000 BTUs per hour, or approximately 4.5 tons. And finally, pumps serving variable flow systems that are greater than 5 horsepower are required to have a variable speed drive or other way to achieve no more than 30% power at 50% flow rate. To wrap up, let's review a few additional mechanical notes for HVAC Title 24 Part 6 changes that affect larger buildings equipped with various chillers, such as the examples listed here. First, mandatory equipment efficiencies are more stringent. Check with your engineer to ensure compliance. Next, there are mandatory requirements for an economy cycle on new air-cooled DX units of 54,000 BTUs an hour or greater. And direct digital controls, or DDCs, and energy management control systems, EMCS, capable of monitoring several points such as fan pressure, pump pressure, heating and cooling, etc. in real time are mandatory. In addition, rooftop units over 10 tons must comply with Title 24 requirements for pressure testing and sealing plenum ductwork. Plus, commissioning is now required for all new installations of HVAC in non-residential conditioned space. This includes high-rise commercial buildings and high-rise residential. And lastly, acceptance testing is required, which determines if specific building components, equipment, systems, and interfaces between systems meet the code standards and are operating efficiently. This video is brought to you by BOMA LA with a special thanks to these sponsors. Finally, you can visit energycodeace.com and these other resources for specific steps that building owners and managers can take to respond to the new changes in Title 24.